Hey peeps, I don't have I should turn the heat off. How you doing, peeps? It's your favorite holistic Jersey girl, Janine here, and I just went to my Italian American club. They had someone give out ashes. It is Ash Wednesday for my fellow Catholics out there. I'm curious who got their ashes. Drop ash if you got your ashes. And so yesterday I went to the doctor. And I had an epiphany because I post about intermittent fasting all the time. I post about things with my weight all the time. And so if you're watching live, drop hey, let me know where you're tuning in from. Hashtag replay. If you're catching me on the replay, let me know where you are tuning in from. I like to see where these videos reach. So tonight was Italian American Club, and I knew it was going to be not problematic, but it was going to be a challenge. So I went to the doctor yesterday. She's a holistic doctor, and she was saying, I said, I'm not happy with my weight. Like, it's not going the way I want to go. Like, I'm not gaining, but I'm not losing weight. And she's like, you know what you have to do? You have to intermittent fast. And I'm like, I have been doing it. And she's like, are you consistent? Have you cut your carbs? Have you cut the sugar out and processed food? And I'm like, I do for a couple days and then I go back. And she's like, that's your problem. She said, I did that for 6 to 8 months. You do it strict and then you can do moderation. And it brought me to the point of having discipline. I always talk about discipline. I'm reading a book, Discipline. I listen to a podcast about discipline. My mentor talks about discipline, the sacrifices she's had to make to get where she is now to have success. And I thought about that. Like, am I not worth it? Am I not worth it? Like, as I was sitting there tonight, there was bread on the table. Then we had pasta aglio olio, which is one of my favorite things. It's garlic and oil. Hey, Anna Maria. Then, they had eggplant and shrimp and broccoli, which is fine. They had red wine, didn't touch it. And then they had all homemade desserts, like homemade cream puffs, homemade brownies, all this stuff. And I'm like, nah, like, I can't do that. I can't go back and forth. So today was my first full day. And I said, for Lent, I'm not giving up per se. I'm giving up on quitting. I'm giving up on not having enough faith in myself to do this. I'm 46. And I think that something happens mid-age that you're like, it's like now or never. You get to a certain point and you're like, it's just, I don't want to live like that anymore. Like, I'm going to Vegas and it's not about fitting into a certain size, but do I want to look the way I look? Do I want to struggle? Do I want to be overweight? Do I want to struggle putting pants on, buttoning jeans? I mean, I wore jeans last weekend and it was like cutting off my circulation. It was so uncomfortable. And I wore them as a reminder not to overeat. But what if it wasn't cutting off your circulation? What if you had it in your mind? What if you were disciplined enough to say, I'm not doing this action because it's not going to give me that result? And when I was sitting at dinner tonight, the guy next to me said, yeah, it's sacrifices. It's sacrifices. And there's an inner battle because I'm like, YOLO, right? You only live once. And then I'm like, but how do you want to live? I want to be healthy. I want to feel good. I want to look good. And then I can do the moderation. But you have to put the work in. You have to do the thing. So I don't know if you celebrate Lent, if you practice Lent, what you're giving up. I'd love to know. I just thought that this was a really good lesson for me to share. A good lesson that I learned that may be able to help someone else. That discipline is not punishing yourself. It is sacrificing now for the great later. So there's a meme that has a little girl with a teddy bear in it, and God is here, and God says, you know, hand it over. So she has a little teddy bear, and he has a huge teddy bear behind his back. And the lesson is we have to give up the good for the great. So yes, I love Italian bread. I love pasta. I love sweets. I love, I mean, not processed food, but like, there's things that are boxed or whatever that I eat. And I threw it all out. I had Kind bars. I had tortillas because I made these chickpea tacos. Gone. Got rid of it. I got rid of, there was some other things, but, I said, that's not going to get me where I want to go. So if there's some place in your life where you can think of, where do I need to be disciplined more? What do I need to do so that I can get the results I want? If you're not in the perfect relationship, if you're not in the perfect body for you, if you're not in the perfect job or career, if you're not in the perfect way in your life, what are you not disciplining yourself for to get those things? And I know my answers, and I've just been like playing around, like pretending like, oh, everything I'm doing isn't working. Well, I'm not, that even makes me laugh. I'm not sticking to it. So if you don't stick to it, you're not going to get the results. So I just wanted to share that. If you got value, please drop me some bells, share this out, follow me if you haven't followed. I'm live typically every single day. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for tuning in. Ciao, ciao.